it's a pretty safe bet that they're going to Google it. That's the very
They'll
first thing
Google.
they're going to do. And then they're going to be led to this, that, or the other.
And Yelp may come up
And
first.
Yelp's probably the first thing that's going to come up.
I just had a fiance call up and go, "Oh my God, we need to get these things, inserts done." And I go, "Okay, so how many do you need?" He goes, 50. I said, "I'll make you look like a knight in shining armor." And he goes, "Okay." And he came in. "My mother-in-law will love you."
I love it.
You may not want that, by the way.
I know. That it could be dangerous, but but it got me on Yelp.
Google, find a Yelp review then through Google. Look to see you as well as other printers and possibly the number of reviews that they have. And then they pick up the telephone and call so that they can come in and look at your books to find out paper and style and all of the other things that could happen. So that's basically the way that it works for you.
Right.
Okay. There's another way that will work for you, I think, really well, and for Nadine really well now. And Facebook is now this new power within Facebook. Yeah, within Facebook, you can target your audience. So you can run an ad that only targets women 18 to 35 that live within a 15-mile radius of your shop.
That's powerful.
And then you can target women ages 55 to 65 that are within 15 miles of your shop because you want to reach their mothers. Yeah, you want to reach mom as well, right?
And you pay for these. Is it something that you pay for?
Yes, you pay for these ads, but they're being viewed only by your target audience, right? By the demographics that are most important to you, right? So you don't have to spend advertising to me, for instance, right? Because where I'm not interested in wedding invitations, right? But it still costs to reach me. So you're able to refine your audience in Facebook like at no other time. Because when we jump on Facebook, we tell what our marital status is, right? So we even go to single people, right? We wouldn't advertise. Our ads wouldn't pop up if they're already married, right? For those. But if they're engaged, bing, 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 right? Or if they're committed, or any number of those categories then would work for you, right? Okay.
How are you tracking that, Craig? Like, so you've done this website for somebody. We've had lots of issues. We have tons of people trying to get insurance into our office, but it just doesn't seem like it's really driving quality referrals.
Which one?
And so Facebook or our website, or how do you really drive the quality referral versus?
Well, I'm not sure that Facebook is going to drive quality referrals for you yet, nor would I think that Yelp would drive quality referrals for insurance.
Yeah, insurance is different.
Insurance is different. And Yelp does tend to bring in the tire kickers, and it is that younger audience that, frankly, they don't have money yet, right?
Don't know any better.
So, so you are going to get more, somebody that's got the time to make 20 phone calls to find out who's got the lowest price to go with them, right? And I have an insurance broker that I was talking to last week, and we were talking about his audience and where he needed to advertise, and we were talking just about pay-per-click advertising. And again, the pay-per-click advertising, it tends to get those people that are looking for 15 or 20 bids, and then they're going to take the lowest one. That's not his business. His business is a relationship where he wants to have this partnership with the client where they periodically review what the insurance that they have, the insurance that they need, and then address the deltas, right? So it's a completely different audience from my kid, right, who just went out and bought insurance, but he was looking for the absolute cheapest thing he possibly could find. He didn't care if he never saw an insurance agent in his life, that'd be fine for him, right? So
until something goes wrong.
But when you're 23, 24 years old, your health is generally tends to be pretty good, and things don't tend to go wrong, right? So, so it is with your market. Yelp, I think, still would be good for printers. I don't believe it's good for insurance. I don't think that Facebook is yet, but might be by the end of the year. It all depends on the circles that you get in, right? So if you have a group of Facebook friends that are actually clients or potential clients, right, then it's nice to be able to communicate to them, to have somebody like a business, right? If I go on and I see that someone who I'm friends with likes a particular business, that's a testimonial right there. That's pretty powerful. And so, does that business then already have an arm up on everybody else because somebody that I know has used them and said that they liked them? I think so. Right? So we're getting there, but I don't think we're quite there yet. For the printer, we are. For a photographer,
but
we are.
even with wedding invitations, like I would prefer to get it from somebody who says they're great versus online. I mean, wedding invitations are very personal, I think.
Yeah, it is different. In fact, Marcia told us a story about Vistaprint, right? And somebody that had a debacle with them, that they were cheap, and they market pretty aggressively, and but you get basically what you pay for. And then if you are in fact getting that, and it's not up to your expectations, you just wasted that money, and now you're going to Marcia to redo the job that you should have gone in and had done initially. So those are all just things where we live and learn. But I think the printer is a good example where Facebook, for certain audiences, certainly the wedding invitations I think would be good there. Corporate brochures, you're not going to get that from Facebook or Yelp, I wouldn't think.
I did.
Did you? You got?
I get
corporate
referrals.
brochures from Yelp.
Right.
Well, fantastic for you.
Because you know what happens? The admins go online to find stuff.
Yeah.
And not the people who are actually producing them, it's the admins.
Yeah.
So they go, oh yeah, these guys are really close, or they'll come and see us.
Yeah.
If it's not too technical, how does Google constrain these outbound things to a 15-mile radius? Because our email names that we take with us, and so you mentioned you could target. How do they do that?
Google does it with IP addresses. Thank you. Google does it with IP addresses. So every one of our computers, every one of our telephones, every one of our everything has an IP address on it, right? If it's able to hook into the internet, it's got an IP address. Google then records all those IP addresses and knows where you are. So when I go back to Michigan with my laptop and I do work back there, I all of a sudden start getting things from the Indian Chamber of Commerce in Michigan, right? Right. So because they now believe that my IP address is in Michigan. So so that's the way Google handles it. Facebook, we all tell Facebook where we live, right? We tell Facebook.
Not everybody.
No, but
It knows.
Most.
a lot of, and in fact, the younger generation doesn't think too much of privacy. At least that's my
And
observation.
the default is it's not private.
I feel like it's changing though. Like I put everything initially, now I've taken everything out. Nothing is on there except my name.
Yeah, but my kids' age, 20-somethings or 25 and under, are everything's out there.
Yeah.
Like what the?
I still like when they asked Stevie Nicks if she was going to have a Facebook page. She said, there was one time in my life when I wanted everybody in the world to know everything they possibly could know about Stevie Nicks, and then I turned 12. And I kind of like that one. So it may be adjusting again a little bit, but I do believe that the younger generation who wants everybody to know where we are and what we're doing and so forth, that they're still there. But with Facebook, we tell them a whole lot about us, and so they know, really, I mean, they know our commitment status, right, with another person. So if we choose to tell them. All right, I have time for one more question. Is that it, or?
Actually, I have a comment because Craig, told all of us we should make sure to get onto Google Places, right? So I did that, and I say on average I get 1 call a week, just because of that. And I was thinking, there's how many hundreds, probably thousands of realtors in Palo Alto, and why are they calling me? So I went to Google Maps and I just typed Palo Alto Realtors, and I'm number 2.
Wow.
Yay.
And people who are calling me are not from this area, because people aren't from this area don't go and type Palo Alto Realtors, right? They know somebody, but it's all been out of area people.
But again, from our IP addresses, Google knows where we are. So if you Google realtor, right, the local realtors should be the ones that come up in this area. But if we're out of state, then obviously we don't. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What if we have 2 locations? For instance, I'm kind of in Palo Alto and downtown San Jose.
Yep.
And when it comes to Google Places, when you're like register, I'm going through it right now,
Yep.
register one place.
Yep.
So, and I've heard that that both and your results won't be as.
Do you have 2 phone numbers?
I use one mobile number.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
But you have
But
2 mailing addresses?
I have one mailing address in San Jose, but I really work out of Palo Alto.
Do you have a Palo Alto mailing address?
On a P.O. box.
You need to get one.
Yeah, I could do that. So then, could I register both?
Yeah,
in both
because there are 2
areas?
locations.
Okay.
So you'd have the San Jose office and a Palo Alto office. Yep,
Okay.
and that's perfectly acceptable.